Thank you very much, Sharad Kohli there. We are also joined by Akash Jindal, economist. Thank you very much for joining us, Akash. We obviously have just read out right now the stock exchange numbers. Your thoughts from this morning's movements in the Indo-Pacific's stock exchange, vast declines across markets. What are your thoughts?
Thoughts are very simple. We all know the trade war is now on. US, initially they launched tariffs. Now, after reciprocal tariffs, there have been retaliatory tariffs from China. Europe is expected to have retaliatory tariffs. So now, the feeling of my organization, akashjindal.in, and my economist Akash Jindal's feeling is that trade war is on. A trade war can wreak havoc for the global economy. That's what's happening. Because global economy was already in a very, very weak position. Global economy was already weak because of Russia-Ukraine war, Israel issue, and many other geopolitical issues. So a weak global economy has been impacted with some major injuries. Now, global trade war is there, and I can say, I officially predict now that now we would be into a recession, global recession. So when we talk about global recession, global trade war, and the biggest of economies going down, definitely the markets have to be impacted. As far as my country, India, is concerned, in isolation, my country is performing very well. What's happening is our GDP growth numbers are good. We have revised the GDP growth numbers for 2023-24, which show 9.2% GDP growth, which is fastest amongst bigger countries. Our GST collection, that is our indirect tax, our direct tax collections, all are good. So in isolation, my country, India, is performing very well under the leadership of our dynamic Prime Minister, Narendra Modi Saab. But globally, if things turn the way they are, we have to be impacted because we are a part of global world. We are very much a part of global world. So that's why we have been negatively impacted. See, we have a lot of foreigners, particularly Americans, investing into our markets. So what we expect is there could be a huge sell-off from those investors. Then we have worries about our currency. Then we are selling a lot of IT BPO to US, Europe, other economies. Also, we are exporting up to some extent. So a global recession can impact us. Because what happened in 2008-9 also, I'll take you back into history. That time also, initially we thought that India was decoupled from the world because we are a domestic demand-driven economy. But later on, our markets tanked hugely. Our markets went down as 60% because global economy has to have an impact on all countries because of globalization.
Yes.
So what is happening globally is having an impact. We already know the hands-off movement is against Donald Trump. There's so many agitations at around 50 places in US. So things are not good for US, the biggest economy in the world, which is impacting the entire global economy. So indirectly, since we are embedded with the global economy, that's how we are impacted. But I think now there has to be some U-turn in what Mr. Donald Trump has been doing. US has to reanalyze what they are doing. Mr. Donald Trump, I have respect for. Yeah.
I guess the question is, looking at some of these numbers, the decline in these markets, should we be worried? I guess that's the question. Not just the investor, but also the Indian middle class, the middle class across Asia. Should the standard citizen be worried?
Yes. The clear reply is there's a time for worry. We need to worry now because if this persists, there could be issue on jobs. There could be job losses, not only in US but throughout the world. Inflation could rise high. And my organization, akashjindal.in, also predicts a stagflation. Stagflation is a stage where economies stagnate and inflation increases. So very clearly, these are periods when we should worry. These are times just like the global financial crisis. Because see, for the past 2-3 years, global economy has not doing well. So the impact has been severe. Had the global economy been in an okay position, the impact wouldn't have been that severe. But global economy is we are already an injured economy. An injured economy is having all these negative effects. So there's a reason for everybody to worry. Everybody in every part of the world, job losses, business coming down, inflation increasing, which is something as far as Black Monday is concerned. Yes, could be a Black Monday also, though Black Monday, the markets tanked by 22.6% and the reasons were different. But the atmosphere is different. And now the global connectivity is much, much severe in comparison with the Black Monday days. That time, the global connectivity because of technology was not that high. So anything drastic which happens in US has to immediately have reaction throughout the world. So that's why things are more dangerous. In 1987, the globe was not that well connected. Telecom was not that good. Connectivity was not that good. But now the globe is connected much better, and much better connection means much better spread, much faster spread of negative news, and much severe impact on markets like India. So we have to be very cautious. We have to keep a watch on what's happening globally. Mr. Donald Trump has been saying that it's good for long term, but long term, see, I mean, long term, what's the definition of long term? 6 months, 2 years, 10 years? Because I still remember post Second World War, the biggest economist of the globe said, in the long term, we are all dead. So we need jobs today. We need food today. Inflation is hurting us today. So, I mean, I think economics is that economics plans good for the short term as well as long term. Why should we sacrifice our short term for a long term, which may be there or may not be there? So this is what my view is.
Sharad Kohli and Akash Jindal, thank you very much for joining us. We have unfortunately run out of time, but we will continue to bring you all developing updates in regards to the Asian stock market. Thank you very much for joining us.